Queenie's Girl Lady signing in. How is everyone? I'm blessed. Today's Bible verse is Genesis chapter 7, verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of the heaven were opened. Why that verse is I am staring at this beautiful lava fountain, which I did redo a bit. I changed it all to black stone. It does look a lot more like fresh lava. I am so much more happy with it. Also did a layered lava flow, where you can see this is the old lava flow. This is the new one, drizzling in on top of it. Which would mean this is probably a very, 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 very fresh springing forth of lava. And I did a little lava flow down to here and made it look like the springs and stuff had calcified over it. Really, really cool. But yeah, why that verse? Fountains of the deep while staring at a fountain of lava. I guess it's because I have a pet peeve with my own religion. And it's not so much my religion itself. I have no pet peeves with the Bible. It's the people who practice my religion. Why on earth do we have such a sugar-coated view of the cataclysm of Noah, the flood? I mean, most churches that have ever really taught on it that I've actually been in, they say, yeah, it rained for 40 days, 40 nights, he had a bunch of animals in a big boat, and that's really about it. It's like, do you realize the absolute catastrophe that the flood of Noah really was? When God said that the fountains of the deep broke up, he wasn't kidding. I mean, nobody's still really sure what happened to break the earth into pieces. That it was in pre-flood, because in pre-flood times, we probably really didn't have so much of tectonic plates like we do now. The earthquakes and the volcanism that was going on during the first few days of the flood, first few weeks of the flood even, makes the Fukushima earthquake and subsequent tsunami look like nothing. Looks like nothing. That's how the Himalayan mountains were formed, because the India plate slammed so hard and so fast into what I think is called the Eurasian plate, that it just pushed those mountains right up there real quick. And yes, I do believe in the flood of Noah. I do believe that it was a very quick catastrophe that created things like the Grand Canyon and everything else, and I'm very bad at explaining it. But there are some really good YouTube channels right here where creationist scientists, people who actually know what they're looking at, what they're talking about, and how to explain it. There are two channels that I generally go to, and that is Genesis History and Answers in Genesis. Really, really good channels if you want to learn the science side of creation and the Noah's flood. But yeah, it is a pet peeve of mine how the church likes to, the people who run the churches like to water down everything. It's like, no, Noah's flood was a complete catastrophe. In many ways, I mean, it was really, really wild. And things like the Dalal and Yellowstone and the model that I'm creating here is really just an echo of a far more catastrophic distant past. Now, what caused the actual onset of the catastrophe, the Bible doesn't say. God doesn't say. I guess, with God, there's a lot of things that are on a need-to-know basis. We don't need to know exactly how everything happened, even though science does prove that it happened. I guess depending on who you listen to. But yeah, as usual, we don't know everything. There's a lot of questions I have for God once I die and get to go to heaven. I'm going to nerd out on all the science and history and stuff like that. And he knows it too. Oh, God knows it. God knows that I am going to come with a massive list of questions. Absolutely massive list of questions. This. Keep looking at this. I think I want to make a big geyser out of it. I think I want to just coat the outside in calcite and make a big geyser out of it. Or at least like an old big geyser. I mean, it juts out and it's almost already the perfect shape, including with spikes on the top. Oof. I kind of just really want to do that. This too. I could do that with this too. Just make it like a geyser. Oh, and I was even in Yoniv. I should have grabbed my barrier blocks while I was there. Do I have any? No, I don't. I think I'm going to do that. Let me grab some barrier blocks, see if I can remember how to do this. Here we go. Why not? Give me barrier blocks. Cool. Okay, now I can do a little bit more of a sideways looking geyser. If I want to. Okay, I'm also going to need most definitely the calcite. Let's see what else. A lot of times the geysers themselves didn't always have the thermophile bacteria on them. Even though the water was rushing up, it kind of cooled enough to the top that it didn't get it. So I don't want to do it mostly in calcite. Or do I want to throw just a... I might throw just a little bit of color in. I'm going to need you guys, and probably you. What else? I think I'll roll with that for now. It is kind of already hollow. Oh, I know what else I'm going to need. Bubbles. Need bubbles. Oh, okay. This goes over there. Okay, I'm not going to be too worried about that because this is going to be covered up. All right. I'm just going to cheat and layer the outside of it. Because why not? Start with a basic shape. Make sure I know where I'm going to go with this. That kind of edges the bowl. All right, that edges the bowl. There, spout. Okay, not too bad. It's a little bit squared off, but then again, this is a little bit squared off. Might have to do some modifications. Again, I am just doing a lot of cheating, following the natural terrain. I call it cheating. It's really not cheating. It's just a different style of doing things. I mean, it's a low effort style, but it is just a different style. Then I guess you could probably say that anything done in creative mode is probably slightly more low effort. Spathing. Oh, where do I want to put the primary open spout? Well, let's go ahead and cap this thing off with calcite and then figure out... Oh, that's just begging for it right there. That is just begging for it. Should I spew it this way? Oh, I could spew it that way. I could so spew it that way. I've got a ready-made hole and everything. It's like begging. Booney's girl, put the spout here. You won't even have to dig. And this will give me the chance to show you how to do an angled geyser. In my opinion, they don't look the greatest, but they're also probably as close as I am ever going to get to an angled geyser. Oops. Didn't want that there. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have to keep going with that. Much as I wanted to put a spiky there, I can't. Unless I modified it. Okay, there we go. And by some miracle, his mom is still hanging on to life. We all expected her to be passing soon, but nobody really knows when she's gonna go. It's been tough on him. It really has been, because he's losing both his mom and dad in such a short amount of time. And I really do feel bad. I can't imagine being in his position right now. Definitely putting a spiky there. Let's put some random spikies in there. Spiky there. Well, I wanted a spiky there anyway. And see how randomly this can go sometimes. There, crown it with 2. Alright, and there we have that. Now, to make it more realistic, I have to build it up just a little bit. Maybe. Maybe not. A bit of black backsplatter. I have to make a hole, and it's going to shoot this way. Okay. This should show up really well. See what happens. Come on, where's the next one? Ah, no, no, no. Oh, this is why. Okay, you gonna let me go all the way up? No. Okay. Yep. One block at a time. And hope. Oh, it is. Okay, yeah, that's gonna mess up. That's what I didn't want to happen. Okay. Oh, good. They're going to show up. Exactly what I wanted. This is the glitch that I had a little while ago, is when holding a barrier block, they wouldn't show up. Okay. And then I couldn't see what I was doing. Okay, so let's keep that contained for a little while. Got the bubbles to go all the way up. Okay, I can get rid of some of the corner ones now. Pull the water blocked. And now we've got a barrier column. Okay, that's not working. Did you seriously waterlog my barrier block? I didn't like that. Oh my goodness, I had no idea that barrier blocks could be waterlogged. Okay, well that's a new one. That's a new one. Okay. I will not make that mistake again. Okay. Well, just a little bit higher. Then we will make our form. There's our form. Okay. Now we have diagonal water. Go up one more and then two out. Okay. Here's the barrier block. Oh, it's roughed nicely. I mean, I know it looks a little weird, but it's roughed nicely. There we go. And voila! Geyser. I mean, I can't shut it off. This is the closest that I can get, personally, to an arched geyser. And yeah, take some barrier blocks, but doesn't look too half bad. Actually, and the waterfall's not even too crazy as well. And there we go. The geyser being active. And now to do you two guys. But yeah, again, that's all I really did was I went along the natural form. I took in direct inspiration from what was already generated. And try to make it as useful as I can. Am I a professional at this? Absolutely not. Though if you do, if you can make a better water geyser that actually spouts water in an arc, I would love to see your video and see how you did that. But for now, this is really the best that I can do. But yeah, I'll probably do the same thing to these two little ones here. I don't know if I'll make them spouting an actual geyser or just give them tips. Like the little diorite wall tips. But, yeah, little spiky things. But I think that is a good start to this lake here. Is giving it geyser, some surrounding geysers. And then, yeah, we'll get cracking on the rest of it.